Hey everyone, Rascal here.
And Mama, welcome to another Egg Timer review.
And today we're discussing Sing 2.
The long-awaited sequel. Illumination's movie follows Buster Moon's crew as they travel to Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
To catapult themselves to stardom.
And before we start, be sure to like, subscribe, and Google page for us to future podcasts and we'll pause videos.
Absolutely, and more Egg Timer reviews. This is going to be short because unlike the first Sing movie, which was fantastic and different and outstanding and had everything that you desired in this type of movie, they actually did something different with an idol show.
Yes.
And it was fantastic. Unfortunately, Sing 2 doesn't live up to Sing 1 until the end of the movie.
Unfortunately, yes. And we heard, a lot of people, unfortunately, did not like Sing in the beginning because it was just standard musical. It was a singing competition show, and they were already burned out American Idol, another similar show. So seeing a whole anime movie around it really left a lot to be desired for some people. But we, and along with other people, did like the film. So when they said they're going to do a sequel, we were excited.
Oh boy.
And it took a while, and then they got it out. And we heard some great reviews about it. Some not so great, and they said it was even worse than this first one. So we went to see it for ourselves, and unfortunately, it wasn't really engaging until it got to the performance at the end of the film.
That was the best part of the entire movie, the play, the made-up musical, I should say, the musical. And that was the best part. It was fantastic.
Yes.
Why couldn't that have been the entire movie?
And it looks like it should have been, but they were so busy with trying to put in some other plot lines in there that didn't go anywhere that it sort of got muddled down. And they also, I think they were trying to address the fact that they wanted to be more than a kids movie because they kind of say Illumination just makes mediocre kid movies. Why aren't they doing better than just doing average? So for this film, they kind of addressed that with a film critic coming in saying, well, their show is fine, but it's usually geared towards kids. Only kids will like it. It's sort of like they're saying they're stuck in some general audience, and the goal is to become bigger for a broader audience.
Sometimes these studios don't get it. When you have a target audience or an audience that's become the niche and likes what you have, don't go walking out and cheating and trying to get some other people.
Right.
Satisfy the audience that you have, because that audience will keep returning over and over, giving you money and making you great.
Right.
But then you decide, you know what, we don't want to be this anymore, we want to be that. And here they failed. It wasn't an adult movie, it wasn't a kids movie. And it just didn't deliver on the excitement and fun I was looking for.
Me too.
Good thing is they had the cast from the original movie return, which was great.
Right.
And if you haven't seen it, spoiler here, they had Bono. I knew him when I heard him.
Yes.
It was so funny. I said, oh, this guy sounds familiar. I don't know. And Rascal said, well, it's a guy that has one name. And I started going through names and it wasn't. I said, oh, okay. And then he started singing. I said, that's Bono. She said, that's it.
And he was playing Clay Calloway, which was actually probably the best new character they had in here.
Definitely.
And there's a lot of things that were improved and some that still need improving. Like one thing, the animation was really updated. It looked even better than the first one. It was very detailed, very bright, very colorful. Everyone, you could see the texture on the fur and the scales and everything. They really updated that, and I thought that was really great. But aside from that,
there's one more thing that I did like, I have to say. Each of the characters did become more relatable. Moon, forgive me guys, Reese Witherspoon.
Oh, Rosita,
Rosita.
Johnny.
Each one of them became more relatable and more likable. I have to say that I did like the characters more as far as seeing them develop.
Right.
But unfortunately, that development couldn't carry the movie.
Right. And another thing you point out is that the songs that they featured, while the first one, they both movies do really popular songs, whether they're popular now or they were at a time. But the selection here was very odd. It's like they tried really hard to not be just a kids movie. They started picking songs that kids really shouldn't be listening to once you know what the context is of the song. And they don't cut out or paraphrase. They sing the lyrics as they are. So if you're a parent that knows these songs, you're kind of sitting there wondering, why is this in a kids film?
They said they wanted a more adult audience, but again, it was a mess.
Right.
And last but not least for me is they had the villain, and he was a trope. And then they had the daughter, who you ended up liking in the end when you found out she wasn't that bad. She was being dominated, and even though he spoiled her with things, she still had no self-confidence. She had no friends, and with this group she found them. So that was another nice part of the movie.
Right.
But the trope, dad, villain, mafia person, it's like if you're making this, whether it's for kids or adults, it just didn't work.
Right. And for me, going along that, my issue was that they tried to get darker. I can understand them wanting to have a little more depth, a little more complexity in the writing, and that's totally fine. They want to do that. I don't mind that. But the problem was that they kind of went off close to a Disney formula. Like Clay Calloway's wife passed, and that's why he retired from singing, which was like a really unnecessary element, because now you confirm this happens in here. And with the villain, which you were saying, the villain actually attempts to kill Buster twice in the film, and it's not like, oh, I'm just doing that to threaten him, to know he means business. No, he blatantly threatens him throughout the film to do what he wants, and when he doesn't, he actually tries to take him out by throwing him off a building or something. And it's not played for laughs. It's not as a fake out. It's deliberately trying to kill him off, and it starts to become like a little unsettling that went from this really fun movie with all these jokes to suddenly this wolf's trying to kill our koala.
Definitely. And so for us, I think we can say if you see this movie, you should skip probably to the last third of the movie, or maybe in the last quarter, like right before they do the musical performance that they've been preparing for, because from that point on to the end of the movie, that's the movie. That there was the movie.
Right.
All the rest of it was filler.
Yeah, pretty much.
Except for the parts, as I mentioned, where you get to see the growth of the characters. But that last portion, that play, that's the best part. So if you see nothing else, check it out. See if it's uploaded on YouTube. Or if you're going to watch this movie, then check it from that point on.
Right. And if they happen to do a Sing 3, we hope that they learn from the mistakes of this one and do a better film.
Definitely.
So, if you haven't already, subscribe for updates and weekly videos on your favorite anime series, anime shows, and all things animation.
And let us know what you think. Have you seen Sing 2? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Drop us a none and let us know in the comments.
Yes. So, thank you so much for watching Rascal Entertainment.
And Mom Entertainment.
Have a fantastic day.
Peace.